This is a heavy-hitting reading. Today's spotlight, Father's Day, a novel about faith, failure, and redemption. Let's get into it. Chapter 1, The Temptation. Hail him who saves you by his grace, and crown him Lord of all. The hymn gracefully rings out from the choir loft, echoing through Trinity Community Church's aging nave and as parishioners filter toward the exit. Joyful farewells and after-service laughter echo through the aisles, a weekly ritual of gratitude and goodbyes. Great sermon, Pastor Pat. You did it again, a woman cheerfully calls, circling the transept. Reverend Patrick Fitzgerald raises his arms with a grin, as if opening the gates of heaven itself. Amen, Miss Sanchez, amen. He lowers his hands, crossing himself with reverence. You tell Hector we miss him. I'd love to see him here next Sunday, and I'll see you Wednesday evening. I'll be here, Pastor. Hector will be Hector, but I'll do my best. Her smile is warm, her faith unwavering. Miss Sanchez has been a member of Trinity Church even before Patrick came along. She's the last to leave with the heavy doors thudding shut behind her. Patrick takes a seat in the front pew, and just for a moment he lets the silence wrap around him like a blanket, a rare gift in life that has been anything but quiet lately. He bows his head in prayer, grateful yet warm. Trinity has been a guiding light in the neighborhood for decades. It stands firm while everything around it changes. Gentrification, displacement, new money, and people just lost in this rapidly changing world. Patrick has led this congregation for 15 years, a man of principle, modest salary, and worn shoes. He pours his soul into service. This church isn't just brick and stained glass, it's sanctuary. It's home. From the center aisle, golden sunlight trickles in through the clear-story windows, casting a long silhouette of Sarah Fitzgerald as she approaches him. His wife moves gracefully, her presence calm and unwavering. It was beautiful, Patrick, as always, she says, taking a seat beside him. Patrick ends his prayer with the sign of the cross. He looks over with a soft smile cracking the tiredness in his face. The blessings were offered, Sarah. They're unreal. He slowly exhales, letting his back press into the pew. Where'd the boys get to? Outside, hun. They walked with the Anderson kids to their car. She leans gently against him. I'm rescheduling my appointment to Tuesday. Patrick's got practice right after the bake sale tomorrow. It can wait. Patrick straightens up. Don't mess around with this, Sarah. Patrick Jr. can get to practice on his own. He enjoys riding his electric scooter anyway. The bake sale is in good hands. I'll be there. You go to your appointment. She gives him a look. The look. The one that stops excuses cold, reminding him how lucky he is to have her. Then a small laugh. Thank you. He gently kisses her forehead, holding her close for a brief moment of peace. I'll get the boys ready for dinner, she says, standing up with a hint of pain. And I believe a little friend may be joining us again. They both chuckle. Patrick knows exactly what she means. Little Johnny wanting his friend to come over to their house and play. I'll be about 20 more minutes, he says, standing with her, his hands lightly squeezing her shoulders. Just want to make sure everyone clears out safely. You know how Mr. Rex's car never starts right. I love you, Patrick, she tells him as he opens the doors for her. I love you more, he replies. The sun's rays bathe the church steps in gold as scattered groups still linger in the parking lot, chatting softly beneath the late afternoon sky. Daddy, Daddy, little Johnny's voice rings out, cutting through the hum. He launches himself into Patrick's arms. Can James come over, Dad, please? Patrick scoops him up with a glance at Sarah, her wearing that same smile he fell in love with. I'm sure that's fine, right, Mom? Sure, she nods. Already talked to his mom, buddy. Sarah waves the children on. Let's go, boys. His younger son and his friend take off toward the car in a blur of laughter and sneakers. Patrick Jr. lingers behind, tall for his age, serious like his father. He bends down and wraps his arms around him. I love you, Dad. See you at home. I love you too, son. I'm proud of you. Patrick tells him, patting his shoulder with a pleasant smirk over his son's awkward hugging style. He stands at the top of the church steps, watching them drive away, their car the last to leave. Alone now, Patrick sits down, stretching his legs across the warm concrete. The birds chirp gracefully in tune with the leaves rustling in the breeze above. A train moans somewhere far off. The peace feels sacred, a brief escape from the weight he carried. But that weight is still there. Lately, the stress hasn't just piled up. It had carved into him. Medical bills, a collapsing roof, a congregation that seems to shrink by the week. Their savings don't cover all Sarah's treatments. And Patrick Jr. is close to college. Patrick feels helpless, tired of scraping by, tired of hoping Mana will fall again. He closes his eyes, breathing in deep. The quiet is holy. Until it wasn't. The low hum of an engine broke the stillness. He opened his eyes to see a black limousine gliding into the parking lot. It moved smoothly, silent, a glimmering beacon of power. It came to a full stop directly in front of the church steps. Patrick stood up as the driver stepped out, circled around, and opened the rear door. From the back stepped Mikhail Volkov, a real estate developer in a suit that probably cost more than the church's yearly budget. Slick, charismatic, dangerous in ways that paper didn't show. Mr. Volkov, Patrick greeted, forcing a calm tone. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Things move fast, Patrick. Mikhail smiled through his thick accent. We talk inside, yes? Inside the sanctuary was quiet, dim now as the sun dipped. Patrick led him to a side table in the church's small office. I've been thinking about your offer, Patrick began, his hands folding over the worn wood. The thing is, Mikhail raised an eyebrow, along with a hand to stop him. Friend, look first. He slid a check across the table. Patrick hesitated, then looked. $7 million. $7 million, Patrick said, stunned. That's outrageous. Mikhail smiled again, calm and direct. Last offer. Think what this could do for family. For you. $7 million. The number didn't just sit on the check. It pulsed, whispered, seduced. College, healthcare, a future, comfort, peace. For just a heartbeat, Patrick wasn't in Mikhail's shadowy presence anymore. He was 26 again, standing in the empty sanctuary with Sarah, her hand wrapped tightly around his. The church had smelled of old wood and hope. Whatever it cost, Sarah had whispered back then, her eyes shining with tears, we'll build it together. Everything Patrick had ever done had been for others, for the church, for his family, for God. His hand trembled slightly as he reached for the pen. And that was a chapter from Father's Day, brought to you by Heavyhittinpublishing. If it hit heavy, follow us for more. Links will be in description and comments.